Apex Online Racing is sponsored by Elgato, who created this lovely stream deck. For more information about the stream deck, the link is in the description below.
Good evening and welcome to the Superpole Session for round 3 of AOR's Endurance League. We are round Mount Panorama, Bathurst. I am Rage F1 and I am joined as ever by Cardinal Smith. How are you doing today, buddy?
Hey Rage, good evening. Pleasure to be here and in sunny New South Wales, Australia, just 200 kilometers west of Sydney. Lovely.
Kilometers, it's much better.
Yeah, easy distance to measure in ears. And here we are with the tier 2 Superpole.
Yep.
My goodness. And if there's any explanations about me mixing my words tonight, I've just had a newborn and I don't know how to speak good. So over to you, Reg. I'm relying on you.
It's all good, man. I know those feels. Anyway, we are about to go live. I've sent the word via carrier pigeon, so everyone should be able to quickly switch over onto the real session. Haiku, I've whipped him into shape. Evening, everyone in the chat. Well done for joining us. I appreciate it. Some people are asking us what time the Tier 1 starts. It'll be roughly about 20 minutes after this, 25 minutes, maybe half an hour. So if you're looking to look forward to the Tier 1 Superpole, it will start around about 8:30. We'll try and get through these guys thick and fast. We've got to remember, it's a 2-minute lap round here, roughly. These guys are going to be very, very quick round here. We've got to watch out for where it's going to go absolutely crazy. And I'm calling it out. Entrance into Skyline, 12, 13, 14, 15, down to the Dipper is going to be incredibly tough for these guys. We're still in free practice at the moment. We will whiz on over in a minute. But I'm excited. Round 3, this is Tier 2, so it's getting pretty spicy. I was just talking to Cardinal about what was going on in the actual Tier 2 bits and pieces currently. Let's just have a look what's actually happening in the standings before we go racing. How are we racing? Currently 288 points, currently sitting proud at the top spot. We've got name TBD. I'm assuming they've got another name. Who knows? Anyway, they are also in second place for 274 points, just behind. So not much space in between those two top guys. We've got a joint third position at the moment with Scuderia Ravioli and Hella Guids Ketchup Racing. Indian Racing then in 5th place. Valkyrie by Franco Champs in 6th place there. Revolution Sim Racing Red and Dive Bomb Motorsport, Goat Racing and Pacemakers Racing rounding out that top 10 at the moment. So we are pretty much about to go. I shall get my act together and make sure we're following the person who is out on their lap because I think it's this man here. There you go. Christoph Magnan as part of the... Well, let's have a look. We'll go into the teams in a second because it does all move around. I will let you talk in a minute, Cardinal. I promise. It does all move around because of the qualifying. So technically, we start from the bottom of the qualifying out of the top 10 and move our way to the top of the top 10. So, i.e., 10th goes first, first goes last. So when that track's all rubbered in and it's all up to speed, the fast boys go. So what I told you before was the current standings. This is the qualifying positions that we've got as of the qualifying sessions we've been racing for the past week. So Teve Hivemind, Grumpy Old Farts, great name. They qualified in the top with a fastest of a 201.4. Howie Racing, the current championship leaders, they are in second place. They'll be going penultimate lap. Then we got Goat Racing in third. Nürburgring Esports team. These guys, I think it's a new first time to the Superpole, so welcome to them. They're in 4th place. They'll be going in the middle of this session. Karambambimba Motorsport, thanks guys. Non-sweaty team, lovely jubbly. That's Rika Takanashi and Doggo. I think it's Takanashi who is taking the lap this afternoon. They're in 5th. They'll be going bang in the middle. Name TBD, again, I don't think it's actually their names, but they will be going in 6th place. Intercontinental Racing in 7th, and then we've got Hella Gewurz Ketchup will be going very shortly, and then we've got Polisco Cars in 9th, and at the moment we are watching, it says no time to pee yellow stream. I have no idea what that means, but it's Christoph Magnum is going around at the moment. His time is a 201.654 aggregate, and his actual time is a 201.506. He's going across the line to start his lap now. Cardinal, guide us through the first sector.
Reg, that was an absolute professional show there. Magnan here, Christoph Magnan, the first to go across the line. And as he comes down this long straight heading down into Quarry Bend, this is where we'll see the drivers start to climb up the hill, and we may not see them come back down. Now, this is round 3 of the AOR's first ever Endurance League Championship. This is where things start to get interesting because these teams have points on the board. They've got skin in the game, to speak as such, and these positions start to matter whether they choke or not going up through this mountain section here around Reed Park and Griffin's Mount here as they continue the climb. Magna looking for a clean lap so far, hoping he's warmed up his tyres well. But this is the difference between starting well down in the pack in what's going to be a very precarious first lap here at in the Mount Panorama circuit, or starting a clean at the front. And it's whether you can hold those nerves, as we've seen so far in the previous Superpoles, or not. Now, Magnan here, coming up to the tight bend at the at Forest Elbow.
That's the one.
And then we're
Forest Elbow.
Lovely stuff, and down the big Conrad Straight.
Do you know why it's called the Conrad Straight?
Please enlighten me.
I'm gonna guess it's because people blow their conrods. It's a long one, right?
It's a big boy.
Yep.
It's a big boy. Taking a good line here into the chase. Little chicane. Nice braking, wide angle. Just touching that curb on the inside and down for the remainder of this straight towards Murray's Corner, past the pit lane entry. And a couple of 90-degree right bends. Over the line, we're going to have our first time on the board tonight at 2:02.1. Now, remember, the track is going to be at its coldest, least rubbered in for the first driver, and that's the advantage of the week-long qualifying up until this point. Christoph Magnum with a 2:02. Probably not going to be our fastest time of the night. We know Christoph is quicker than that, but a good effort to set us off. And straight into our next competitor, the Plesco Cars team.
It was Jacob in this car. As you said, I don't think that's going to be enough to get him towards the top end of the standings for this qualifying session. His best time that we saw, we're talking still about Magnum, was a 2:01.5 in the qualifying session. So that I think is not going to be good enough. But we will keep an eye, because anything can change. As Jacob here jumps around the last corner, dives down towards, I think it's, where's the start finish? I can never remember. There you go, Hell Corner, that's why. Because it's L to get round. Turn 1. Does it nicely, no problems at all. We will go on board then with Jacob as he dives down towards, this is the mountain straight, isn't it? It's got a big old hump in the middle. It's good racing down here. We're going to see some absolute scenes at the start of the 12 hours down here, because this is just toe-to-toe stuff through here, especially hard braking into Quarry as you cut up towards the mountain. It's going to be tough.
It sure is. And, you know, this is the first appearance in the Superpole for Plesco Cars. But let me tell you, Jacob here is a fast driver. 2.01 flat is going to be, you know, it could be possibly, he's capable of getting pole here today and jumping from 9th up to 1st. So Plesco, although track won't be as rubbered in as it will be for the last team to go out, you qualified pole, it's a good opportunity here for a fast time.
Yep. No, I think you're absolutely right.
And you're absolutely right. You mentioned some of the bumps, especially through he's already passed a few of them, but They unsettle the car so much going through this little section. Look at them navigating this giant Merc around the walls and the curves nicely. And he's home free, out of the mountain. He survived so far.
Yeah, he did. Chat, just like to say that I decided to turn up Cardinal Smith before we started because I thought he would be lagging behind me on the comms, volume-wise. Not the case, it seems. So I'm terribly sorry. Apparently you're coming through louder than God himself. Anyway, we turned you down, so we should be roughly about the same kind of level of volume. But never mind, that's my fault. So sorry, stream. Thank you, and do let us know if we're now about the same kind of level, or if I need to go up, or if I need to go down. Coming through the last corner, then. This looks like a reasonably good lap. Oh, okay. It's not. It is better. Sorry, 2:01.4. That is a more representable time. Definitely. But yeah.
Yes.
2:01.476. Very good.
And only 4/10 off his fastest set all week.
Yeah.
That is a consistent driver right there. That's impressive time from Jacob. And 7/10 is going to be a marker for the next car coming along to take that position. Who have we got? Gregor Frank is next on track, just starting out.
It's that team, the Hella Grütze Ketchup. Yeah, I'm sure we probably butchered that. Gregor is in the car. Not too sure very much about this team. Let's have a look where they are in the current standings. Let's see if we can get a little bit of information.
Take a look. Interesting delivery.
Yes, I thought that too. They are currently Tier 2. They're P4 in the championship. So they've got all to fight for. They're actually joint P3 with Scuderia Ravioli, which I'm sure we'll see come up a little bit later. We've got a couple of other cars coming through. We're only 2 down on the third. Plenty of time for these guys to get a bit nervous. Like we mentioned, I missed the last session, and I remember when we were around Barcelona. It's very easy to bottle this, you know. It's literally just a one-shot qualifying. It's a Superpole. It's a really, tense moment. You've got to put your best driver in. You just got to trust that he's going to do a good job. We're yet to see actually someone lose it, though. But going through these the S's down here towards the dipper, it could definitely happen, right?
Always, at any point. And we'll be keeping an eye out on anyone losing it. I'm just thinking towards lap 1 tomorrow, the main race, the main event, chaos. But as we follow Frank here, he's put through the mountain section. He's got ketchup spewed all over the back of him going by that livery. Interesting. Gregor, Frank, our first championship contender we're seeing tonight.
Yeah, definitely.
And that brings the pressure too. I wonder if the McLaren pretty far down in qualifying in 8th. You know, maybe the Ferrari seem to have done well here, but the championship has been dominated, certainly in Tier 1 by Astons and the Boatleys. So McLaren's are hoping to make a big difference here across the line. What we got?
Oh, splits them.
Straight down the middle.
Yeah. That was a 2:01.785 for Gregor. So yeah, not too bad at all. Good effort, I actually think. We're on to the first of the Ferraris. Sorry, of the Hondas. This is what I want to see. Bathurst with Hondas.
Yes, sir.
100%. We're representing the Japanese nation here with the power of dreams, as they like to call it. Coming through the final sector here to start his lap, we've got Kristin Tannerello. Is that right? Kristin Tannerello?
Tannerello.
There we go. Tannerello. I'm just calling it Kristin. We won't go any further. Intercontinental Racing. Don't know much about these guys. Is it their first time to Superpole? I think it is with a Honda. I'm just going to go yes.
I don't know. What is a Honda doing here? Absolutely fantastic to see. Currently 19th in the championship. 20, let's see, they DNF the first race. 12th at Kyalami, so they got a position in them. They've got a good race. That Honda, I'm not surprised they DNF'd in the Honda. Barcelona, but here we are. Look, it's capable, but you know, it's also a complete suicide effort here at Bathurst. We do have a risk of rain for tomorrow's race at Bathurst, which could also more than spice things up. Let's say, looking fast around here, Tannerello.
Really quick for
little brush.
trading rubber and paint on the sidewall there. Really, really pushing it as he comes through Skyline. Oh, it's very fast and furious for this Honda.
Leaving nothing to chance. Absolutely skimming the barrier. Just using it as a brake. Why not? As if it's Gran Turismo here.
This is pretty much the only track where the Honda flourishes, and I for one love that. That the Honda's actually given a track that it can actually flourish at. So I'm very, very happy to see a Honda, or at least two Hondas there, look, up inside the top
We have
10.
another look forward to, of course.
Yeah, we do indeed. So down the Conrod then, as we come through to the chase, then through the final corners to Murray's. Looking to improve. Christian's hoping to put his team in a very good position to start the 12 hours of Mount Panorama. Oh, little wiggle on the exit there of the chase, almost losing control.
Squirrely kept it under control, but will have lost an important 10th, at least, round the last bend here, across the line very quickly. It's a 2:02.7. It's not quick enough, and I guess little squirrely moments, little kiss to the wall.
Yeah,
we could see you much faster, I suspect.
Yeah, that 201.4 is looking rather mighty. Now, I recognise this name, Rico Gronalier, Garage 59, apparently. Just about to start his lap. We've got an Aston Martin now. We're getting towards the spiky end of this grid. Top, I think, inside the top 5 now, so right in the middle. So, what can Rico do as he winds up? We're sixth place.
The name TBD team.
I'm sure it isn't. It says Garage 59, but I don't know. That's probably just what they called the livery. We need to get on this. I will mention it to Toaster, because I think if they name their liveries, it has to be their team names. Because I've recognised, I think, underneath the name where it says Garage 59, that's what car they've called it, so what the livery is called, not necessarily what team they are. So yeah, we might have to just make sure that's made into maybe a mandatory submission request. It has to be what the team name's called. But anyway, looking quite quick. No tapping of the walls, which is imperative. The 738 then doing quite well as we come down towards Skyline. We'll go on board in this frantic little final section because it's always good to see. Really good on the front end, this Aston. Really grabbing those apexes nice. This is going to be a fast time if we can keep it out the wall.
Yeah, Rico putting in a good lap here. He is capable of doing a 2:01.4, which matches our current pole sitting time.
Yep.
By SIMSOK, so a real challenger here. The track will have gripped up too, so let's see what he's capable of as he goes down the Conrod in his lovely blue, purpley white Aston Martin here.
Yep, it's to play for still. I haven't seen any mistakes from Rico just yet. Coming into the chase, handling this quite nicely. We're all good.
Am I right in saying this is the team that is currently leading the championship as well? Is that right? No, sorry. They qualified pole for the Kyalami last time out.
Got you.
That's it, sorry.
It's all right, no worries. Well, rounding the last corner then, coming across the line. This looks good. It's good enough for third place. It was a 2:01.78. Very, very close. And it's the same time as the 5 car.
It's identical.
Absolutely identical. We're looking at twins. Here we go. Takanashi then for the Karimbabimba Motorsport team. I always struggle to say that. Karimbabimba Motorsport. Rika Takanashi in the Ford liveried Ferrari. Memes. Eco boost on the side of that car coming through turn 1. I know, right? Good friends with the AOR boys, this team. Karimbabimba have got a nice little soft spot in AOR's heart, I reckon. I know, was it Ryan McIntosh and Nico Ull normally take part in the other Karimbabimba team, I think running around in Tier 1. But these boys, Takanashi, and I don't know who's taking part with Takanashi. It's Doggo in the car with him. 420, memes ahoy, as we come into the mountain section, as we wind up this lap. Let's go on board with Rika and see what kind of lap he's putting down. I can't believe that. Look, a dead heat between third and second. How do they choose who goes first? Is it just whoever put the time in first, I assume?
It's if you got it first, you're up first. Yeah. And that, that slightest millimeter means that Grondlier will be starting behind the Frank team and not McLaren.
Yeah.
And likely there'll be other cars ahead of him. Love being on board through this section of the track. Look at this. Well controlled. Ricky Takanashi.
Oh,
a big bump. Oh! It's all over.
Rika.
Rika, the mountain has not been kind to you tonight.
He knows. He's slowing the car down. That's all she wrote for the Karen Babimba team. Hearts have been broken tonight, ladies and gentlemen. We are not going to see Karen Babimba towards the top end. That's going to be 10th place for Rika Takanashi. Tier 2 driver, if I remember. Fast boy, but unfortunately going to be have to taking a back seat. And he's going to be heartbroken, unfortunately, with that. But so, first casualty of the mountain has been claimed through the S's. Just took the concentration away from Rika, and he's going to come across the line. He might even park it in the pit, to be honest. He knows he can't do very well there, but he's probably got his teammate on the radio saying, look, just drag it across. You never know what's going to happen. Someone else could have a mistake too, and we could be 9th, not 10th. So always bring the car home. That's not going to be good enough for anything, unfortunately. A 2:04.8. That's about my normal lap time, to be honest. Who have we got now? Sebastian Fiedelig. Oof. What are we doing here? The Nürburgring esports team. Another Honda. And it's a yellow Honda. Bumblebees ahoy! We're going racing around Mount Panorama.
Let's go. Oh, it is very Bumblebee, yes.
It is.
And it's Japanese too. And the Honda, and the Nürburgring plastered on the side, on the front, all around. Fiedelig starts his lap on the Honda, hoping to go faster than his other Honda counterpart, Tanirello. Didn't register a time, Takanashi. It must have taken the incidents to heart, the ACC game. So, but at least he finished his lap.
Not only did the game steal our hearts, it also stole their time.
Rip to our first casualty at Bathurst.
Yeah.
Round the corny bend, up the climb towards the cutting here, taking that right-hand side of the track to get a good line down in the cutting. Seen a few accidents here in the first laps of some of the AOR races. Up Griffin's Mount into Reed Park. Watch for a bump as you come into Solomon Park. Just here, over the top. Don't lose your balance. Very fast. Don't kiss the wall. Oh, he has. Absolutely kissed it. The Honda, again, loves that piece of concrete at the side of the track.
Yeah, do you reckon it's going to affect the time? It's at a very fast part of the track, that, you know?
It is. I think what cost Tandriello is a lot of the time was the squirreliness, the squiggliness coming out of the chicanes. So a good run out of here, down Conrad's. And he'll have to just nail the chase here once they get it. Using that little use this little piece of concrete here to get a wide line into it. Not using so much. Over the curb. Down hard of the braking zone. Let's see the exit. Smoother. Certainly nice. Smoother.
Yeah.
More grip on the road from the Nürburgring esports team. Final corner. Straight 90 degrees. Little wheel in the grass there. Wide in. Across the line. What we got?
Good time.
Very good time. 2:01.1.
Honda's slapping down the benchmark there. Good stuff from Sebastian. Really, really good stuff. Puts his team at the moment at the very top stop. That's absolutely huge. Right, we're jumping on board then with Richie B. Goat Racing, number 4. Lovely livery on the side of that Bentley. Rainbows and everything. Really cool. So, right, coming across the line then, starting the lap, opening it up here through turn 1. Really good stuff. There's memes all over that car if you really look in. I like the goat racing motif on the side. It's like Red Bull, but just slightly second rate. It's it's still farmyard, right? Anyway, going down the mountain straight towards Quarry. Is this the first Bentley I think we've seen? I think it is. The first Bentley.
It is.
The only Bentley we've got, actually, isn't it?
The only Bentley in the Superpole. Could come alive if it rains tomorrow. Currently 9th in the championship with a 12th and 8th place finish, so a team on the up.
Yeah,
certainly for Goat Racing number 4.
That was quick through there, blimey. Not taking any prisoners through the cutting. Really, really quick. This Bentley's holding on to that mid-corner momentum very well. Not brushing the wall, which is pivotal through here. Almost on the rumble strip. Oh, that was incredibly close. Jumping down towards Skyline.
Inch.
Really, really close. Almost losing it on the side of that wall there. Got almost on the rumble strip. It dragged him in. That's where Rika lost the car last time. No such thing for Richie B.
Richie B looks absolutely
This is
on man on a
lap.
mission here. Absolutely. I will say Richie B was the fastest time, the individual time setter on the week-long qualifying with the 2:0.4 for his team. So Goat Racing absolutely right to put Richie B in the car today.
Yeah, that was an absolutely electric middle part of this lap. Richie B on charge for the pole. He's got a 2:01.185 to beat. I will be mighty impressed if we can go under the 2:01s for these boys, to be honest, especially on this, what is pretty much a one-shot qualifying session. Obviously, I think the pressure builds the longer you have to wait. So these guys having to wait a long time to put their lap in. But Richie coming through the last corner then and running to the line. This is going to be mighty quick, and it is. Oh my God, it's almost exactly the same. It's a 2:01.182, 0.003 of a second faster. That's literally a gnat's testicle and a half. There is nothing in between those. Claudia Voodoo decided he hasn't got out yet. Is it? No, it's Ludwig. Sorry, excuse me. Anyway, that's incredibly close.
Gnats. Right. Okay. Goats. Gnats.
Same thing, right? And gnats are smaller, though, I'm assuming. Do they have testicles? I'm going to go with yes.
Yeah, chat, please confirm. So we have Ludwig's here in the Wahaway Racing, currently the championship leaders in this Aston Martin. Absolutely stand out livery with that green, fluorescent green combo. But they're going to have a good lap here to compete with the excellent lap of Fidelec in the Honda and Richie B in that Bentley. We saw what Richie B was doing to that Bentley through the mountain pass section, just to all over the rumble strips, every inch of that track. It's clean so far from Ludwig's, that's for sure. And Huawei Racing, he was capable of 2.07. I think some of these times are tier 1 quality.
Yeah, they really are.
It's it is of course a team qualifying effort to get to the Superpole, but you gotta say your fastest driver out for this occasion.
It was very composed at the top of the mountain there. There was no skidding of that car. Doesn't look as front nose favourable as we saw with Rico's car, the 738. It still looks good, but maybe they don't have as much front end as the other one, as the other Aston. I'm just comparing cars to cars here, but this seems good. Sometimes when a lap looks somewhat average, it can be quick. Chat saying very conservative. I mean, it looked fast to me. It didn't look like they were taking many risks. So you're quite right. It could be conceived as conservative, but we will see when the proof is in the pudding at the end of the lap.
Yeah, and you're absolutely right. Ludwig's may need to be conservative here to solidify a good position, but this is a fight for the championship now. There's only 2 races left.
Yeah.
You know, Ludwig's needs to stay out of that main pack, out of trouble, because turn up the mountain pass, lap 1 tomorrow is going to be a rough ride. And he goes third, 1/10 behind our leader.
So it's 2:01.2. So slightly conservative, like you say. Could have got faster. It's done faster throughout the week, but yeah, maybe just there's a part of that that didn't come to him. But never mind. Right, we are at the very pointy end. Dakuza is about to start his lap. Sim Racing Tools, Team Hive Mind, going for the pole here in the Audi. Incredible that it's an Audi that we've got going last here. What was the aggregate time for this team?
The aggregate time was a 2:01.4, so 3/10 down. But our good friend, who have we got going here? Dakuza is a 2:01 flat.
Okay.
So capable of a 10th faster than what we currently got, but you were just mentioning, the pressure or being conservative or not. A few of these drivers haven't taken part in the Superpole before. This is their first time. And they were chatting ahead of time, saying they were excited for the first time in a while about some of their, the sim races. So nerves definitely play a part here, but absolutely fantastic line for Dakuza. Listen to that Audi go here.
It doesn't look like it's on the ragged edge. That looked quick, though, through there. That looked very, very quick. Commitment needed as you go through to the skyline there. That was very, very good. Oh, that wasn't, no. Little bit of a knock there. This isn't going to be a pole sitting time. It's put wide open then for Richie and Fidelec to close out the top. I think he's going to be very, very lucky if he's going to get a good one out of here. That was not the best section through the S's. We were on board. We didn't quite see what happened exactly, but there was a bit of a knock in the entry to, I think, 13, 14. It didn't look very smooth.
It all depends on how the rest of the lap has been, but that is a very fast part of the track. A lot of time lost. Quite conservative use of the track there. Just into the final corners. Little squirrely on the exit too. We may not have our pole sitter here at Yakuza. This could be one for Richie B in that big old Boatley.
Rounding the last corner then. 10th driver to go. Qualified at the top. They are going to be no higher than 7th. I told you they lost it in that SS section. Well, there's your grid. Starting off with the Bentley, Richie B's team, the 76, will be starting on pole. Joining him on the front row is the 165. Then we've got the 970 Aston Martin with Ludwig's in, I think, the second row. Then we've got the 81 team in 4th place, Jacob. In the Mercedes, they'll be joining him on the second row. Then we've got Gregor, Frankie in the McLaren. Rico Gronlier, there we go, in 6th place. Dakuza, we just saw him come across in the Hive Mind team in 7th place. And then Christoph Magnum, our leader out in 8th place. So that was not too bad. Damage limitation, I think, for him. And then we've got Christian in 9th, and obviously Paul Rika Takanashi in 10th place, obviously because of that issue. Never mind. Sebastian Feidlich saying in the chat, seriously, Richie, 0.003. Woo-hoo. That's some qualifying pace. That's painful to lose. It's painful to lose by that, isn't it? Like.
You know what? We just shows you what happens in Superpole. From 1st, now down to 7th for Team Hive Mind. They'll be disappointed, I'm sure, but it's still a top 10 start. All to see him. Racing. Yeah.
We've got Richie B ready for a little chat. I'm conscious of time, so obviously we've got the Tier 1 guys going. So let's jump Richie B in and just go through his lap with him. Richie, to get the pole from 0.003 of a second there, you must be pretty happy.
Yeah, I'm pretty happy. I mean, that's the lap I didn't see, the lap time of the guy in P2, Friedalek.
Yes.
So I wasn't sure at all what lap time he said. So after I finished the lap, I just saw I was P1, and that was good for me.
Yeah, no, that was some lap there to get in. And we were just saying, me and Cardinal, it does take a lot out of you to put it all on the line and still come across with pretty much your qualifying pace. Is there anything you have to do to get yourself into that kind of mentality? Because normally it takes a good couple of runs before you can get that time out, but you're sat there waiting to go. What do you do to prepare for that?
Yeah, I just tried to prepare beforehand, like get into the best rhythm I could. But it's hard, you know, you wait for a bit. I always need a few laps to get into a good rhythm. So I was like, I know I can get pole, but let's not focus on the others. Let's just focus on the lap time I can do, and that's what I tried. So it worked pretty well. It worked decently. I wasn't completely happy with the lap.
I mean, not happy. That's always a racing driver's answer to things. I wasn't happy with the lap. I still was pole. I wasn't happy. But hey, this is going to put you in a really good standing for what's happening in round 3. Currently, the team is in 9th place overall. I think. Yes.
Yep, that's right.
161 points. A little bit out of the title fight, but what are you kind of aiming to get from this in the race?
Like tomorrow, it's trying to get off with a good start. Try to have P1 before the mountain starts.
Mm-hmm.
Have a clean first stint and see where it goes. I think it's just all about keeping it as clean as possible.
Mm-hmm.
And starting in the front helps with that, because if you start in the back or in the midfield, if there's an incident somewhere on the mountain in the first few laps,
mm-hmm.
you're going to be stuck behind it, and that's going to lose you a lot of time. So that was what we were trying to avoid with this session, with this qualifying.
Well, I think it's a job well done, to be honest with you. So you put yourself in the best possible place. Just be careful into turn 2, please.
I'll try to have the inside there. That's important, I think.
I'm sure you will. Well, all the best for the race. Obviously, it's not the one that is focused on the stream, but we will keep our eyes peeled at the championship standings at the end. So well done, and well done to the team. It's a joint effort.
Thank you.
No problem at all.
Yep.
Okay, right. We are going to jump on over to Tier 1 with the speedy boys, or the slightly speedier speedy boys, for the next part of this Superpole. So we do Tier 2 first, and we do Tier 1 next. I'm just waiting for the lobby to populate so I can join into the next one. Anything to take away from that session? How close they are to the Tier 1 stuff, right?
Absolutely. What was the let me just check, the fastest lap from the Tier 2 qualifying just then, 2:01.1. Yeah, I mean, it shows you the competitiveness of that league, the Tier 2.
Mm-hmm.
There was 0.003 of a second in it. We had another team, two teams identical times all in the top 10. Really fantastically close. Only teams who made a mistake, bumped the wall or whatever, were really into the 202s. What we're going to see from Tier 1, however, I want to see some 2-0s.
I think
because
so.
I think every single team is capable of a 2-0 here in the Tier 1. But, of course, it's the one shot.
Yeah.
It's the cold track.
It is.
Anything could happen.
Indeed. Anything can and probably will. Right, there we go. I found the... I found the server. Let's see if we can jump in there.
Me too. Also
Perfect.
doing the same.
Oh, I had to quit the whole game to come all the way back in again because ACC is just very funny sometimes with loading servers. Don't know why. Anyway, we are in. Let's just make sure we get everything so everyone can see what we're looking at here. I think we're almost ready to go. And I will jump over to the live screen very, very shortly so everyone can see what we're seeing. Because we are almost ready to go here for the Tier 1 boys. Right, so bear with us 1 second. I'm just going to let the admins know that they can forward the session. So we're all good to go. Go when ready. Right, we are almost about to go live for the very, very, very speedy boys. I will bring you on over to the actual session. Let's have a little chat with chat. What's happening in the chat? We've got some people pretty much saying, go Richie, pole, nice lap, very conservative. No. Who have we got still in the chat ready to look forward to what's going on in Tier 1? That's what I want to see. Who are we hoping to get the pole position this afternoon? And who have we got actually in? Just very importantly, PPR, I don't think we got BGS coming around for this one. We don't have the faster driver taking part in the PPR team. I think it's higher.
That's
there.
right. Yeah, it could be a big miss for the team, but and especially going into this race with only 2 drivers, around 12 hours of Bathurst, it's going to be a long day tomorrow.
They've only got 2 drivers.
We're talking about PPR esports.
Yeah, is BGS not taking part?
No, BGS not taking part. Just Van de Kolkelt and Kimileski by themselves. And they were just 5 1,000ths off pole ahead behind PCDC all week. So it's been incredibly close. And one of the main catalysts for that was the incredible 1:59.9 time by Mahesh Haila. So the only driver to break the 2-minute mark in the whole AOR qualifying this week.
Wow.
So
doing the business. Definitely doing the business.
Indeed. Let's see what we've got looking forward to today. PPR had a tough time last time out. They were down at last after, I think it was lap 3 or so. Came back to finish 4th or 5th. And so they are still taking, 4th, right? So it's still in the championship hunt. They're still leading, but only by 7 points behind the like and subscribe team in that Aston Martin, who are also here in the Superpole. Konstantin Soltadov, Vasilian Efreev, and Kirill Antonov. They will be going 6th or 7th. Yeah, 6th. First up, however, we have the R&D racing team. Currently 17th in the championship. And who do we have up?
It's Fabian going out first.
Fabian. Ukert.
That's for the R&D Racing. Yeah, these guys fell off a little bit last time out, didn't they, in the race? They didn't have a very good start to the championship, at least. Let's see where they are in the actual whole grand scheme of things.
Currently 17th and behind a couple of silver class teams in that platinum category. 15th first race Barcelona, 23rd happened at Kyalami, so a tough day out at Kyalami for sure. Still down here in the southern hemisphere, hoping it's an improvement for them. However, they're capable of it. They're qualifying up here in the Superpole, so...
Just looking through the standings, I can't see who's leading the silver category. I thought it was a very, very speedy team last time out, and I can't see where they are. They're not on the standings anymore. That sounds interesting. Well, we'll get into that tomorrow. Just a reminder for everyone, of course, you can join us tomorrow for the actual race. We're starting at 11 a.m. excuse me, GMT. So we'll be alive in the morning, probably about 15 minutes before then, just to get a little summary of what we're going on this afternoon, what we've seen so far. And we'll be live for 12 hours. It'll be me and... I don't think you're joining us straight away, are you, Carl?
Arthur Chisis will be joining.
Yes.
And...
I think Chinson at some point later on.
Chinson too, yeah, the usual cast and crew.
Right, so Fabian jumping across the line then, through Hell Corner, going down the mountain straight towards Quarry. This is really an exploratory lap, I think, really, for these guys. Unfortunately, having to pull the short straw and go first, it's never normally the easiest way. I think it's going to be a very tough afternoon for Fabian Urquhart, but we will see what he can do. Coming through Quarry here, and it seems to be quite nice. Car seems to be quite good, handling well. Only Ferrari in the top 10, so not got anything to gauge him against, but the car seems quite planted, so we're jumping up towards the top end of this hill. Interesting to see what they can do then to make the best of a bad situation. Obviously the team goes well here because they've got themselves into the Superpole, but yeah, only 17th place in the championship. One of those teams that should be doing better. Maybe the curse of endurance has not favoured them well, and they do have a tap. Through that fast section.
Yeah, we saw the Hondas do that in Tier 2, and it looks like the Ferrari of Urquhart following suit. That ball is getting a bit of a hammering this evening. But we've still seen people get reasonably fast laps despite it, though that seemed a little slow to me. Okay, as you said, nothing to lose here. It's, qualified 10th, first up in the Superpole. Anything beyond this is going to be a bonus for the team.
You're working your way up from wherever you start. It's literally all to be gained here for him. So, yeah, get inside that... going slow? No, just looked funny camera angle. Anywhere into that mid 2-minute mark, I think he'll be doing very well. But I think it's going to be a tall order. But he's got to his help that he's only just come out of the car in practice. So... one of those things. But like you say, any improvement here is going to be very, very welcome. So let's see what Fabian can do coming across the line then. In comparison to Tier 2, it's a 201.4. Okay, so there we go. Difficult start for the 224.
Tricky start, 201.4. And yeah, we had a 201.1s from the Tier 2 guys. But I think our first time in Tier 1 was a 202.1. So... certainly, a jump in pace, but that bang on the wall, what was he capable of without that? But Urquhart setting the benchmark, and I'm very pleased to see that the King's Meat Snacks livery is also on show tonight, ladies and gentlemen.
Are you seeing the meat snacks? I'm not seeing meat snacks.
It's just sitting, waiting for us later in this session.
Okay, of course it is. Well, before we get graced by the meat snacks, we've got Dominic Goltz. He is a Tier 1 driver, no question about him. He's very, very fast. You see him in a lot of AOR's roster. He's part of the Revolution Sim Racing White team. I thought the other Revolution Sim Racing car, which is a Bentley, this is the one that I was talking about earlier that's taking part in the silver split. I couldn't see them in the standings. Cardinal, maybe have a little look through those standings and see if you can see them too, because I couldn't see Revolution Sim Racing in the silver split, because they should be towards the top. They were very, very fast out, but had all sorts of issues at Kyalami, but were incredibly quick in Barcelona last time out. Sorry, we're getting confused. Obviously, technically, we've got 4 races going on tomorrow because it's split into 2. Well, technically it's more than that. It's 6 because you've got you've got the bronze team guys, but I don't count them. They don't count. They're just the guys to fill the ranks. I'm joking, of course. They do count. We've got 6 races going on. We've got the reserves or the bronze split. We've got the silver split, and then we've got the platinum split of each tier. So you've got 2 tiers racing. That's 6 technically in total, but you all race against each other. So you might find some bronze guys right up there. But anyway. Oh, okay, it got promoted. Sorry to interrupt you. 25 car got promoted to platinum, so that's why we haven't seen them. Interesting stuff.
God, okay, is that the Revolution Sim Racing Black?
Yes, probably, yeah.
Team? Oh, 22nd in the championship. Interesting, get promoted.
They're incredibly quick. They were running away with it at one point, so I'm glad they nerfed them. Clipped their wings.
Nerfed.
Yeah, Dominic Goltz comes across the line with a 201.071. Very quick time. Good marker, that one. Really solid lap. And I think that's probably good enough for the top 5 this afternoon. So, yeah, I think he'll be getting a pat on the back from the buddies back in the garage, because that's not too bad at all for Dominic Goltz. He'll keep the top spot for a little while. But I think we will
Strong
go
lap.
sub.
Sixth in the championship, a 9th and a 6th finish so far. That's what they want to see. For another consistently strong finish today.
Right,
and
Abeladze.
Next out, Abeladze, indeed.
We were screaming about this young man last time out in Kyle Army because he was one of the only drivers who could possibly overthrow the guys running around in the top spot. I think it was the... oh, goodness, it begins with P's. Where are they? It wasn't PPR. I think it might have been PCDC. There was another one.
PCDC?
It was the like and subscribe, I think, was the car that was running around.
The like and surprise, yes, of course.
Because of how the pit stops worked and how all of the stints worked, these guys got themselves into a very, very competitive place and almost got the stint timer right, but unfortunately they didn't. Had to come in, I think, less than a minute before they could have actually made it to the end. So never mind. Still doing very well. Where are they? 6th place. No, they're not. Sorry, they are. Where are they?
13th. There's 2 SimWare Pro teams, and there's number 2 and there's number 126. So this is number 2, the 13th. The other SimWare Pro hasn't qualified for the Superpole.
Got ya. Okay.
But as you say, 5th last time out, by this team here. They are capable of it. They are fast boys. We have Abeladze. She's done a 2.4 here in qualifying. And out of the mountain zone, looking clean. Got that Patronus-style black and blue livery to guide them down. Conrad, sorry. And let's see. And right into the curb, into the chase, down towards Murray's corner. Who's Murray?
No idea. I've got no clue. I'm gonna.
Is it
maybe?
Is it Murray from that show, the band meeting?
No idea. That's a hell of a time. That's a 2-minute 8. So 2-minute 0.8. So very, very good time from Abeladze. I'm definitely not surprised that he got that time in. Very, very good. Desperate measures, Amaran. Oh, goodness. Let's just call it desperate measures. Desperate measures. We've got Alexander Shinichov going round in the Desperate Measures car. Really cool livery, this one. It's got the ghost on the side. That's why I remember it. Anyway, this is going to be good. We are now 4 cars in, I think. So the times are going to start tumbling down. But what a lap there from the number 2 car.
Absolutely. SimWare Pro team, Abeladze, our first driver of the night to break that 2-minute 1 barrier. And absolutely strong marker to aim for here. Desperate Measures Scarlet team will be looking to break that, though they are drivers a similar time to the SimWare Pro team, and that'll be a tough ask. Could have used more of the track on the exit there. Good on entry over the bumps, though. Nice and safe, nice and fast. Doesn't touch the wall, importantly, in the McLaren. Ghosting their way past that wall with their little cool synthwave livery. Almost losing the back end a little through the weavy chicanes there. Going down the hill.
we've actually got Marcus Lawrence out of that number 25 car in the chat. So welcome to the Superpole. Work a little harder and you'll be in it. I'm joking. I mean, I think it's a good thing they promoted you up to the Platinum Split. I think that for fairness and for close racing, I think that's definitely a step in the right direction. So I'm glad that AOR decided to pop the 25 up into the Platinum. As the 678 McLaren then working his way around to the end of this lap, doing really good so far. Haven't seen any mistakes. Seems to be quite planted, that McLaren. As we come through the final sector then, diving down towards Murray's Corner. We've got a 2 minute 0.8 on the board. Can we go faster?
Not today, sir. A 2.1.5. I just thought the back end looked a little uneasy for Shinov. And you know what? The time wasn't there today. Currently down in 4th. And could be 10th overall, which would be not the worst thing in the world. Yeah, they did qualify 7th overall, now possibly in 10th. But next up, we got the Beaver Grease Racing Bentley team. This is the Lithuanian team.
This is the one to watch. This is Grantis Caracas. This is going to be a hot lap
there
here.
It is.
Yeah.
There it is. Always watch out for good old Grantis.
Yeah.
Because he's capable of pulling out fast times, and this we've seen the Bentley tech pole in tier 2. This is our first Bentley we're seeing this evening, our first set of time. Plenty of Bentleys up at the top end of tier 1. They are very fast. Let's see how aggressive they get through this section here.
Look at the commitment through that first section of going up towards the mountain. Grantis not holding back at all. Oh, right up to the BP markers there. Not holding back at all. Literally no holds barred. He's not going to hit the wall. Definitely not. Using all of the racetrack as we enter Skyline. This is... Oh, he's lost it! Grantis Caracas almost flips the car into Skyline. He's a lucky boy. He didn't go for a little flight over there. Jeez. Woof! He's going to be very frustrated. We've got another one who's failed in the qualifying. Oh, Grantis Caracas, get yourself to the back of the top 10, my son. That is not the quickest way around here, unfortunately. Woof! Losing it on the outside of the curb there for Skyline. I haven't seen that before in a long time, really.
I think we call that the commentator's curse.
Oh, so looking forward to Grantis Caracas doing well there. But we got the number 25 car. Here we go. This is what I mean. For fairness, we needed them here. And I literally retract my statement of drive a little bit faster and you'll be in the top 10. Because there they are. I didn't even see. I need to open my eyes. I need glasses and everything. We got Nell in the car. Marcus Lawrence then. He must be sitting out on the sidelines. Not going to take part in the fastest lap. Well, where were they? They were obviously second place. Where were they in the actual... in the qualifying session?
Who?
Sorry, mate. The 25, the Revolution Sim Racing flag.
Yeah, the fifth. So we're down to our last 5 teams.
I mean, that's so great. They were a silver split car before today. This team. So, woof, incredible. Really good to see these guys improve. And here we go. Nell crossing the line. You guide us around this lap, Cardinal. Take it home.
With pleasure, Rage. Down at turn 1, hell corner, and taking a hell of a lot of curb here, as you would hope. Long down the mountain straight here. Let's look. You can't really mess this one up too bad.
Don't say that! It's gonna happen.
I know. And here we go. Here's the approach into turn 2. Quarry bend. And was there a little touch? Using every part of the track as that Bentley likes to do. The approach here to the cutting. Tight left-hander. Keep it dragging. Use all the exit on the right-hand side. Griffin's Mount, Reed Park. Corners come thick and fast as we keep on climbing. The bumps keep on coming. Round Reed Park here as we come up the hill. Little bump here just before the left turn. Keep it wide. Take a little curve. Run it out wide. Sulman Park. Hold it left in there. Drag it out wide. And now we start to head down the mountain. Weaving. You're hoping your nose is set up good and tight here. Harden the brakes. Get it round that bend as quick as possible. And then into Forest Elbow. You know what's coming. You know what's tight. But you also want a big get out here. You want none of that wheel spin. all the exit you can grab down into Conrod Straight, because this is a big straight. You'll lose and gain a lot of time just on that exit from Forest Elbow. It's looking pretty spicy a lap this time for the Revolution Sim Racing team. Black here. Look at all that concrete out there being used just to add extra width to the track. Last chicane here through the chase. Looks pretty good. Could be on for a fast time here.
This has got to be a pole lap. This is incredibly fast. The commitment through the S's there was absolutely insane.
Murray's corner's clean. It's over the line.
No, it's not. It's only third. A 201.4.
A 201.4. Oh, that is a full second down on what Kobisnel was capable of. A 2.0.4 they said in qualifying. Hey, that's the difference. That's the difference between the long quali and the Superpole.
Yep. How many more have we got to go? 1, 2, 3, and this one. So 4 more cars. It's the like and subscribe team. Meat Snacks ahoy.
Meat Snacks. Kings, Meat Snacks, here we go. And they are hungry for another win, just like last time out at Kyalami. The mainly Russian community team here. Looking for another solid and strong result in their Aston Martin. 2 chased out the PPR team, currently leading the championship. Like and subscribe team currently second, just 7 points behind, with a 3rd place and a 1st place. Riddle me this, Reg.
Yep.
They finished for 3rd and 1st in the results so far, but the team in 1st have finished 1st and 4th.
Jesus.
What are 7 points ahead?
I don't know. You confused me with letters and numbers there, to be honest. So who's actually leading the championship out of those boys?
PPR, who are yet to come up. They're coming later.
But it's close, look. PPR and like and subscribe. 285 points and 287 points. So only really, there's about 10-ish points in between. It's really not a lot between the top guys. Like and subscribe and PPR. If anything, if PPR want to, sorry, like and subscribe, this team we're watching right now, want to get past PPR, it's this weekend they're going to be able to put the pressure on, because they've been running around with 2 drivers the whole season. PPR have been running around with 3, but they've lost a driver in Black Gold Saw, arguably one of their faster drivers, and like and subscribe are just getting into their pace. You know, they're just getting into their stride with 2 drivers. So we could see a swap of the championship here. PCDC always knocking on the door as well in 3rd place. But this lap's looking very good.
It is. Neil's 47 in chat, points for 2 poles and Superpole, as that's all that's made the difference. Fantastic. Thank you very much, Niels.
You comes in with the facts there, Niels. 2 points.
Keeping us right.
Superpole. Yeah, well that's what makes the difference, right? Vasily
No doubt this will be fast.
Yeah, that's a 201.002, so only a 10th and some change slower than Abeladze. That just goes to show how quick that lap was from Abeladze. Really spicy stuff. Right, now, well, the one that a lot of viewers have been looking forward to, the Down King community team. Darren King will be taking part in this one. He'll be showing the boys how it's done in the very blue car. They always run a blue car. It must be just how they roll, right?
It's the Del King way, I guess. And you know what? It always stands out and sticks in the memory. I remember... Was it Donington, the Rep endurance race where they won or nearly won? It just always, that light blue car stuck out to me the whole time.
They were in it. I got a funny feeling there was a slight issue that happened with the team around Donington.
Oh yes.
Yeah, never had the rub of the green. I feel when AOR endurance races. Sorry, the Dow King community team, always up there, top 5 contenders, but never really taking home the bacon, unfortunately. They may have got themselves into the podium positions, but I don't think they have got podiums yet.
Unfortunately, in this championship so far, they've had a no-show and a DNF. So it's yeah.
Well, it's over pretty much then for the endurance. But I just mean just generally. We obviously AOR have had an endurance program going on for a couple of years now, and at least outside of this championship, that was incredibly close, wasn't it? This team had done well, but never really got the points that they've deserved, neither the positions. So, yeah, very hopeful to see what Darren King and co can do. Who's driving with Darren King? Are you able to see?
Yeah, of course. Darren King tomorrow, thankfully, won't be by himself, which is, I think, why they DNF'd last time.
It was, yeah.
Yeah,
I wasn't gonna say anything.
he did a full 5 hours of the 12, and yeah, sorry. He's got James Parker and Jan Wilhelm van Ommen to help him out tomorrow along the way. Hopefully, people are actually there.
Yes, I think so. I do hope that people turn up to support Darren, because that would be pretty disappointing if Dow King's community don't jump on in to help him. This lap's looked pretty good. I think we should start staying on board with these guys now as we get towards the top end. No mistakes. Didn't brush the wall. Looking very, very good. Let's see what Darren King can do if he can shake up the tellers here.
Looked aggressive over the mountain. Ooh. And look at that. Aston, you know what? Ahead of the like and subscribe team. And that Abdelaziz team, that time we saw early on, still holding up incredible effort. Yeah. The Aston's looking dominant right now, though, very consistent.
So here we go. This is what half the crowd are waiting for. This is PPR, current championship leaders. They're going to start open their campaign around Mount Panorama. Who have we got? Adam Shemaluski in this car. I would say is one of the faster drivers. They're all pretty damn fast, to be fair. They're winning the championship, for heaven's sake. I think they were one of the only teams not to get a penalty in Barcelona when we were around Catalonia. That is a stat in itself, to not get a penalty, because there was drive-throughs and stuff going left, right, and centre, wasn't there? So,
absolutely.
Yeah, really, really good. Now,
and you can just say there are track limits. It's difficult to get in this Bathurst because there are just concrete walls. But Kimielski absolutely trying to find them, obviously stick it in them. But brilliant aggression for Kimielski, capable of a 2-0 flat here. So very excited to see what kind of time they can extract. Adam can extract from this PPR Boatley car. Bouncing around.
Yeah. They were letting the cars pretty much momentum as it was slowing down take them through the first part. The S's there. Really, really aggressive on the front end of that car. But yeah, like you say, Boatley,
magnet to the walls.
Really,
but just Boatley things.
Definitely, just Boatley things. But it's going to be pulling strong down the back straight here, the Conrod, as we are rounding the very end of this session. We've only got one more car to go, I think, at the end here. We're after PPR, so all eyes are on board at the moment.
That's right. There's only one driver can stand in the way between Kimielski and a pole position, apart from Abdelaziz, but I think this is going to be faster.
Let's see. I've no idea where to call it with this. It looked clean. It looked fast through the S's. No mistakes. Good carry of momentum. What can Adam do? Oh, it is pole position for PPR. What can anyone do to overthrow the current kings? Whew, championship leaders, currently P1.
And you know what? Those Superpole bonus points are the points that are making the difference in the championship right now. 2 races left. And keeping their noses ahead. Fantastic lap from the #1 car.
Okay, so Meishi Heiler, I think I pronounced it right. Do let us know if I got it wrong. But PCDC, the new kids on the block. We like this team. I remember me and Chinson were having a good old chinwag about these boys. We had a good conversation with them too. Got the backstory. Came over from Project Cars Racing. Good community. Obviously put an ACC car together and a team to boot. And this is what they've come up with. They've got 2 entries into AOR Tier 1. One of them is a reserve entry or bronze team. And this is the pro split team. They are mighty quick. Just absolutely relentless. I've got a funny feeling they won last time out in Kyalami, or at least were very close. But yeah,
close to second place. But you know what? Holding 3rd in the championship, only 36 points behind. These guys are contenders.
Definitely.
And Hyla should notice as we watch the lap here, the only driver to break the 2-minute barrier with a 1:59.9 in qualifying.
Absolutely crazy pace. So it was broken then, that mythical barrier of sub 2 minutes. Oh, that's a mistake. Whoa. Going deep, hits the wall, and that is it, I think. Cardinal Smith, we are over. I reckon we've got Adam Shemaluski in pole with Abdelaziz in 2nd, Darren King 3rd. I don't think it's going to be good enough for the top 5. Oh, that is
the game has already wiped off the time.
You're right.
The wall has been hit hard enough. He will start ahead of Grantas Caracas and the Lithuanian team, Beaver Grace team. But 9th is as high as this team's going to go, and they're going to have to work hard in lap 1 tomorrow.
Oh, Meishi Hyla, that is unfortunate. Unfortunate. Copying Rika Takanashi. Just going deep. Off the top of Skyline, going into the S's. And yeah, just making that slight contact with the wall.
We're going really quick, but just too much carried. Just over the bump, heading downwards. And yeah, I thought it was some sort of crazy fast line that only they knew, but no.
Well, it does recognise the time there. Put him 6th place for some reason.
Style points across the line there, smacking the board down the grid.
I'm assuming he does keep that 6th place. I'm assuming that's the time he got. Can't actually see the time. 201.1.
Oh, interesting.
Going for me. 201.11. So I think he is generally 6th. It didn't wipe the time. I think we're good.
Oh, excellent. Okay, so could be worse.
Yeah. So damage limitation after that incident down the hill. So yeah. Never mind. That was frustrating for Hyla. But anyway, Adam Shimalewski, PPR doing the business. Will start on the top spot, and then we've got Abeladze. Very, very, very good time from him. He'll be joining him on the front row. Second row, Darren King and Anna Rev. Third row will be Goltz and Hyla. Fourth row will be Nell and Urquhart. And then fifth row will be Shinakov and Grantas Caracas, unfortunately, because of no time set. But good recovery from the mistake. Indeed, good recovery from the mistake. Do you reckon we can have a little chat with anyone from PPR? Is Adam around? Did he jump in? Let's have a look. He did! Let's drag him down.
He did.
I'll let you lead this one away, Cardinal.
Oh, goodness. Adam, welcome. Absolutely. Congratulations on your pole position.
Good evening, everyone. Hello. Thank you.
Sure, you've got the bonus points for the Superpole. How did you find the lap and the track out there today?
It was nerve-wracking. There was a lot less grip than I expected. A lot less grip than in the practice. I don't know. At least that's what I felt.
I certainly expect so. You've only had 9 or 8 cars go ahead of you, sitting one lap, and they're all nervous too. But you had a really tough lap to beat from Abeladze, who was there, but you managed to get it. So congratulations. The PPR esports team dominates the Superpole once again.
Yeah, Jason couldn't be with us today and tomorrow, but I think we did pretty well. Looking forward to tomorrow.
Is that sorry? Just for the chat, that's BGS, yeah, Black Gold Tour.
That's BGS, yeah, Jason.
Just so everyone knows. Is he all good? Is he all good? It's just a
he's all good. He just doesn't want to race on a controller on this track because that equals death.
I get that. Yeah, no, he's a brave man to miss this one out, but it puts the pressure on you guys. We were saying, like and subscribe. Your nearest competitor. They've been running around with a team of 2 the whole season. However, you're now going to take on this challenge of a team of 2. What do you do to come up against a team that are already in that rhythm of running around in 2s?
It's super tough against them. They're mega quick. Like and subscribe. We're gonna do our best as always. It's me and Niels this time.
Mm-hmm.
I think I'm gonna be taking a little bit more stints than he, because he has another race after that, SRO America. So yeah, he's a brave man for doing this one.
Well, it's gonna be a tough day in the office tomorrow. It's 12 hours round, probably the most demanding track on the calendar. You've got, I think you were just given a real little whisper of good fortune with PCDC hitting the mountain quite hard. They are on a charge. In 3rd place, they could possibly still come away with good points from this race. And obviously, the championship's still completely open. I was saying at the very beginning that with FTW out of the way, it's almost a win-win for PPR, but it's definitely not that. You guys are going to be hot on the tails of the like and subscribe and PCDC. It's going to be close. Beaver Grease also not having a good day in the office either, but they're always there and always a threat with the likes of Grantas Caracas. Great job though. You did the business without the BGS in the car. It just goes to show that even without him, the PPR esports team is a solid unit.
Yeah, that's right. We don't discount anybody. PCDC are going to be strong. They've had the pace throughout the whole week. So we respect all of our opponents, definitely.
Yeah. Well, thank you very much for jumping in, Adam. I wish you all the best of luck for tomorrow. We'll be joining you from 11 o'clock. So yeah, best of luck on the mountain.
Thank you.
No
See
worries.
you tomorrow.
No worries. See you tomorrow.
Good luck, guys.
Well, there you go. Cardinal, anything to add before we bid everyone a goodbye?
I just love the added spice that there's championship points to play for now, and that these guys are thinking about that.
Yeah,
Because
yeah.
that's going to affect the race tomorrow. But at the same time, this is Bathurst. The mountain section, lap 1, 2, 3. Rain could play a factor. It's going to be something you're going to want to be tuning into tomorrow and finding out how it's going down.
Yeah, definitely. Like I said a second ago, it's you can join us from 11 o'clock tomorrow. It will be a mix of the whole AOR comms team. So we'll be jumping in. I think I'll be leading you away for the first 6 hours with, I think Ark will be joining me, Arkatuthis, and then Chinton will be taking over towards the end. But it's going to be a good long afternoon and day. I think it's 12 long hours. So do join us. We'll be very excited to go live and racing with everyone involved. It's really, really close. It's hotting up. There's no clear winner in this championship for Tier 1. It could be anyone. And can you imagine if there's drama into Turn 2 after that mountain straight? I can't contain myself. Can you imagine if one of the top guys has an incident going through that mountain section tomorrow?
It really is possible.
Yeah.
I'm trying not to say too much about it. I don't want to comment.
Don't want to curse anyone.
I know. I don't want to be responsible.
No, I get that too. Well, we will end it there, guys. Thanks everyone in the chat for making it fun. Appreciate everyone coming in. Lots of people saying that lap was something special. But unfortunately, yeah, coming across the line in 6th place, even though they almost aborted the mountain. That was really, really incredible. But hey-ho. Yeah, we're dragging this out longer than we should do. Join us tomorrow at 11 o'clock GMT. We'll be going live a little bit earlier than that, but not too early. We'll see you tomorrow.
Goodbye.